Hello to all you geeks and the giants out there, and welcome back to our video. And today, we are going to be talking about a very special movie. Well, to me, because it was one of the last movies I watched before this pandemic happened.
Yeah,
And it
no.
was back in 2019, December, right?
Yeah, not this. Well, we didn't watch it December 2019. We watched it like way after because the Philippines is like that. Because we don't get
Oh,
the Oscar-worthy movies till like way later. But
oh
that's how
yeah,
it used
yeah.
to be. Um, but until like recently, we got Spencer early, so that's a cool change. But anyway, back to the movie.
Yeah. Yes, today I'm joined by, as usual, Enzo. Sadly, no other guest, but it's just
Yeah.
you and me, right? We're the ones who are mostly the history buffs when it
Hmm.
comes to like
Yeah.
movies, right? Yeah. But this one is very close to my heart because it is the last movie I saw in theaters. And I don't know. I really want to say my experience with this movie was amazing, but it wasn't because I remember the theater we were in.
Yeah. This is
And
where I
I
wish
remember,
people practice better theater ethic.
oh my god.
Because people, if you're listening, please be better when watching in the movie house. Don't text, don't speak. Respect other
I,
people's time and money because they spent
well,
time and money on the to buy the ticket and they're spending their time watching this movie and they don't want their immersion to be broken when they're going. There are
yeah.
guns in war. Like what the fuck?
No, right, there was this couple, it was a few seats down.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't stop talking. And they got to the scene where, okay, I know we're jumping ahead, but we're just talking about bad etiquette in the movie theater. But we got to the scene where you see this burning church, right? Burning church or like burning gigantic
Hmm.
building. And they're like, oh, just, may sunog, oh, grabe, oh. I'm like, okay, in translation to all our international viewers, they're just saying, wow, that's a big ass fire. I'm like, no shit. We're watching the movie with you.
There was also a Lolo openly texting.
Oh my god.
Lolo means grandpa in English.
Yeah, yeah. There was this old man whose phone wasn't on silent. Like it wasn't just the texts like that he's getting. It was him typing in letters and the person responding to right, you know that little
Mm-hmm.
booping thing that like, oh, the person's texting you back. That shit was so fucking loud. And I was like, I already got mad at the couple because I went like I went like that at them because they were describing every fucking scene.
I know.
Anyway, anyway,
I wish I
away
shared
from
my experience with you guys because I had one idiot do the same thing when I watched the first hit. But anyway, yeah, back to this one.
yeah, yeah. Anyway, so yeah,
Um, I have a question for you because I know
yeah,
you're
yeah,
like you said before, we're big history buffs. When you first saw the trailer, what were your first thoughts?
dude. Okay, not gonna lie, I was getting tired of war films, like World War II. We were getting so much of that, like
Yeah, it's
hacks.
oversaturated.
Yeah, like I get it. Excuse me. Saving Private Ryan, Hacksaw Ridge, Band of Brothers. These are really good films, and like, but they are so played out that we've seen this story so many times. So when I saw the trailer, I wasn't really excited for it. I was like, oh, it's something I have an excuse to hang out with Enzo. Like, because every time Enzo like updates me with like a movie, and it's usually sometimes superhero or historical. I'm like, all right, let's go watch it because I really like hanging out with Enzo.
Oh,
And yeah, my best friend. Um, but like, yeah, I get to hang out with you, but then again, I'm like, I've seen this movie 1,000 times before. But I get to hang out with my best friend. But this one's completely different. I didn't get the hype from the initial trailer, but my god, I was so fucking wrong to not be hyped about this movie.
yeah. Um, for me at least, like I got excited because we were focusing on World War One. Like
Mm.
that's a war that barely gets any focus on. Like
Dude, we don't get that anymore.
yeah, we hardly get it. Like the only movies I can think of really is War Horse
Warhorse, I was also thinking the same
and
thing.
Wonder Woman. So that's like fantasy or just a light World War One movie, and that's not what war is.
No,
And
it's
like what you said, we've been oversaturated with World War II films. To be fair, it's like, cause like there's a clear like bad guy and good guy. Like the Allies
Yeah.
are the good guys, and the Axis are the bad guys. Nazis bad, Western powers, and the rest are good. And
Mhm.
like World War One, it's a completely different story because it started on like such confusing terms. Like some duke got shot in somewhere, and now everybody's mad at each other.
Yeah, Archduke Ferdinand just dead, and then boom, Germany versus the world.
Yeah,
I'm like, I don't.
Germany and what was Hungary versus the rest of the world. I'm not too clear on that, but like, yeah, that's like, you shot our king or like the prince. We wanna fight now.
Yeah.
Um,
Um.
I did do some research though. Like, apparently, the Europe was already at each other's necks. So like,
Oh,
this is
yeah.
just the spark that ignited it.
Okay. Well, was there like a peace summit that was supposed to happen, and then somebody shot the dude?
No, like
I'm not.
they were all just like, we want a reason to fight.
Okay. Okay. Got it. Yeah. I mean, this is the thing. Usually, me and Enzo, we learn our history through movies, and then we read it. We learn more about it through documentaries or reading a book. Um. But with World War One stuff, we lack so much knowledge because there's not a lot of World War One movies or shows. So I'm so happy that they did this one, and I will say this is not a bad thing. This movie is very simple. Like it is two soldiers who are recruited to, sorry, who were given the instructions of giving orders to stop a charge on German grounds, not German grounds, on German troops because it is a trap.
Yeah,
That is the entire premise. There is no plot here, plot there. It is just get to point A to point B
yeah. That's
as
kind of
soon as you
like
can.
the two things that really remind me of that are Mad Max and the first Last of Us, where it's like go from point A to point Z, and a bunch of things happen.
Yeah, and yeah, that's why I love Mad Max because sometimes it's just simple. Sometimes simple is better.
Hmm.
But there's like this movie makes you like appreciate Messenger or like internet so much better. Like way more. Like you appreciate way more because like this thing could have been handled within 5 minutes or 5 seconds within the text. Like, hey, don't go there. It's a
Yeah,
trap,
but since it's set, in the early 20th century, and the Germans cut
dude.
telephone lines,
Dude,
you're like, we can't do anything about this. Sorry.
just to think this is 100 years ago.
You're right.
Like that. If you want to feel, oh my god, if your grandparents was in World War One, that's just mind
Yeah.
blowing.
Um, and like it can. Before we go on, like, I don't know what black voodoo magic they use to make this look like one shot.
Dude, I was looking up the cinematography of this. Do you know what they do? They have like this crane thing,
Hmm.
like right across this entire set, and they also had to like check the weather, like just to see if the weather's the same
Mm,
as to their last shot. But they
yeah.
would have this crane, and it would follow these two guys. But once they reach the end of the crane, they would detach it, and two guys will like carry it by hand and follow the two main characters. They would do that repeatedly. Like once these two cameramen are done, they pass it on to another guy who has like another like device to strap the camera on. Shit was actually a little bit more intense to watch. Like both the movie and the behind the scenes were kind of equally intense to watch. Because if the actor fucked up or a cameraman fucked up or somebody tripped, they had to do maybe 7 minutes or 9 minutes of straight up shooting. They have to do that all over again.
Uh, and again, I said this in Skyfall, which is funny because it's the same pairing of Sam Mendes
San
Roger
Mendes, yeah.
and Roger Deakins. Like, this is shot incredibly well. Like, the cinematography is like, chef's kiss, and Sam Mendes does such an excellent job directing this movie.
There's some Michelin 5-star cinematography right
Yeah,
here.
damn right. Um, but the heart of the story is Scofield and Blake, these two men sent out to stop uh, the second, the second,
I forgot the name of the
the battalion,
the
or
battalion.
from falling into the trap where the Germans are just faking their retreat, but in actuality, we're preparing a massive counterattack.
Yeah, and the journey on the way there, man. Like, I love the cynical commander. Like before they get up to like, if you get shot at, do you mind tossing back the flare gun?
Yeah.
I don't like losing these to the hunt. Like, oh,
It's like, damn, Moriarty, why do you have to be such a dick?
I know, but I get it though. Like,
Yeah.
this dude's so battle worn. Like, I'm so tired. I want to go home, but
Yeah.
I'm here.
And you see how war affects these soldiers because they're like, what day is it? And like later on,
Yeah.
you see this colonel just crying before this charge happens. Like, oh,
Yeah.
he's not gonna help you. I'm sorry, buddy.
Yeah, and speaking of before we get to the story, we do get like major actors here, like
Yeah.
Colin Farrell.
Oh, Colin Firth.
Colin Firth. Sorry, my bad. We get Colin Firth. We get God damn it, what's the name of the guy? I'm horrible with names. Benedict
Moriarty?
Cumberbatch
Yeah.
and
Mark
Moriarty and Mark Strong. But
But
they're
they're
not
not-
here like they're here for like maybe 3 minutes,
Yeah.
and I love it. I love it. They're like checkpoints the
Yeah.
entire way. I'm like,
That's
I
what
love
Honest
this.
Trailer said. Like every checkpoint is a hot British actor.
I haven't seen the fucking honest trailer.
But yeah, that's the why you cast the way you cast. Because like, if they, I feel like if this was like, Scofield was Benedict Cumberbatch and Blake was someone else, like Richard Madden, I feel like their stardom might take away from the story. But like, casting like relative unknowns services the story a lot.
Holy shit! I hope this skyrockets their career because they're so fucking.
Yeah, like Scofield, I believe, was in Game of Thrones at one point.
Yeah, he was he was a Lannister kid, and
Right,
that was
right.
pretty much it.
Um,
Oh, okay. So we're going to them going up into no man's land, and as they're going through, dude, the amount of do you hear people in my background? Just on
no,
okay.
you're good, man.
As we're going through no man's land, do you the amount of tension you could cut it with a knife?
Right?
Like, they're in a quiet, barren land, and when you hear Scofield go, find some cover, and it pans to the wide open field, like, what cover?
That's why it's called No Man's Land, because you ain't surviving that.
You ain't going there, and you ain't coming back if you do go there.
Yeah. Again, I love attention to detail, where it really shows how trench life was like and how warfare during this time period was like. And this is the first time that war was mechanized. You had machine guns, you had tanks, you had modern artillery pieces. Like, we have never, at that point, you've never seen war in that capacity. And you had flamethrowers and weapons that are now, banned by the
By the UN or
UN. Yeah. And like the only people who use it are like crazy people like Saddam Hussein.
like I love this entire scene because you see Scofield get cut by barbed wire and dunk his hand into like a dead
corpse.
body. I'm like, damn, that's gonna be like an infection or gangrene.
And that's the sequel to Scofield going,
Yeah. But I love this entire scene because you see craters. Yeah, as Moriarty said, that these craters, once you fall in them, they're deeper than you think. You can't get out of them. And yeah, we see that shit.
and you see like a body wrapped in barbed wire. Like, I don't know what killed them, the bullets or just being stuck there for hours.
Yeah. So like, I love the story it told. Instead of showing us like a gunfight or like an intense war scene, no, the war scene already happened. We're just walking through the story and just piecing it together by ourselves. I love that shit, man.
The
Yeah.
underground scene is pretty tense too. Like, is there any
Oh,
German
God.
units?
Dude,
hiding.
remember we were watching this together, and like, what was it? Like, they go through the mines, and we're like, oh shit, there could be a German right around the corner right now. No, nothing happens. All you get is like rotten canned food and rats.
Puppy rats?
Puppy rats, gigantic fucking rats, has been eating people. But then we see tripwire. We see tripwire, and we're like, whoa, that was close. Rat falls. Oh my god! And runs straight at the tripwire. That was like the
The
one of
rat,
like the
the rat
biggest jump
Thanos
scares.
himself,
Yeah. Oh my god, the
and I'm
rat
like,
is like
is that the end of Scofield? Holy shit!
they were so close to the fucking bomb too. I'm
Yeah,
like, my god. And Blake had to like pry him away from like debris.
the scene
Dude,
where
that
they
shit.
have to jump over the mine shaft. For like, he can't see.
Yeah, so you just had to trust him just to jump.
Yeah,
I was like, this is so scary for
like
some reason. Like, why is this so fucking scary?
if that was me, I would have just jumped in place. Like, I guess I'm dying.
I think that would have been me who's been like, dude, just fucking go. I think I would have jumped back and then pushed you. I kind of self-inserted ourselves in the situation. I was like, we're not gonna survive this. We're not gonna get this letter toward. We're not gonna save these 1,600 soldiers from dying.
Sucks for them.
Yeah. we can't do it, man. But yeah,
Um,
I love that scene so fucking much. It was so terrifying.
but this movie really takes its time. It's not like we can take a shortcut through the trenches and we'll be there in no time.
No, like yeah, it was a shortcut, but it's so long,
It's still Death Valley essentially.
dude. Yeah.
No, I was about to say you really feel the camaraderie between Blake and Scofield. Like these are comrades in war, and they're just thrust upon this situation.
Yeah, but like we only get like we don't even know them. Like we don't have a backstory towards to them
Yeah.
or how they became friends. We just know that they are friends. But the brilliant thing about this movie is that they showed it. They didn't tell it. They're not like this guy has been my friend since chat or something like that.
Not
But
a lot
like
of exposition, but like
not a lot of exposition, but you
show
see
me,
you
not
see
tell
them.
me.
Yeah, yeah. You show that they're bantering. They know each other for a while. Blake knows that he has like this award. What happened to that award? Um, they do this. They it just looks like the two friends going through World War One, and I
Yeah.
love it. They a lot of times like they didn't do the like usual movie telling way, like, the generic way of telling us who these characters are.
I've been friends since childhood. None of that.
Nah. They just go on, and you could tell that they're friends. Their chemistry worked so well.
Um, like the other scene that was really incredible to watch, but terrifying because of the suspense was when, after watching the dogfight between the British and the one German pilot, the German pilot
That poor
starts
man.
steaming towards them. Like,
That
fuck.
that German pilot got spit roasted
Yes. Uh,
from both sides. It was like, oh, this poor bastard.
he also didn't want to be taken prisoner, which is the only reason why I imagine he reacted the way he did.
I guess so, dude. I mean, you just came from a crash. Your legs are burning. Your adrenaline is fucking going
Yeah.
ham. Yeah, sure, I get it. If you don't want to like die, keep calm. But knowing the situation you are, I think I could say like your actions were understandable.
Yeah. But like I don't know about you, but watching it with you the first time, I had a sinking feeling when he's like, "Go get water by this well that's away." I'm like, "Oh no."
I'm like, it's either I had two scenes that played out. Is that this German guy dies from his wounds, or he kills Blake. Something bad is gonna happen.
And he does, and I'm like, "It's not that deep." Oh my god, he's bleeding
It's a
everywhere.
huge ass knife. It was a bane.
I don't know. I know it's big, but like, I just thought, it's only like,
It missed
Stab.
an organ by an inch.
yeah, something like that. Like, he didn't go all the way. Oh my god, he's like spilling his guts out essentially.
Yeah. Also, before this scene, this movie did a really good job at making quiet moments really terrifying.
Yeah.
Like you would expect somebody to just like going up to the farmhouse. You would expect like him looking out the window and just getting shot by a sniper out of nowhere. Like that's what I had the feeling every time the movie was quiet. Like I say, put your back against a tree or something, please. But yeah, we get to the scene where Blake pretty much is bleeding out, and
Yeah.
it's kind of slow and very hard to watch.
Yeah, and you can, if you pay attention, like, you see his face turn all ghost white. Like,
Yeah, he starts to get like pale.
Yeah.
I don't know how they did that.
And starts, hallucinating because he's like, what happened to me? It's like, oh god,
Yeah,
he's losing his mind already.
yeah, like the shock's kicking in. It's
Yeah.
like you could tell that there was a little bit of nobility
Yeah.
in his actions and his like how he went down. But then once he gets closer to death, like you could tell that little fight or flight
Yeah.
actions of like I can't want comfort right now. Like I want my mom or
Yeah.
something like that.
That'd
Like
be put on the heartstrings.
a grown ass man asking for his mom.
Yeah.
Or some, it's like those kind of scenes.
I want to say grown ups because a lot of these soldiers
Probably
were like
17,
yeah.
16-year-olds. Like, yeah, okay, I'll give it. But like
Like I
Scofield had a kid. So.
yeah. I hope one day we can talk about that Peter Jackson World War One documentary because it really talks more about
which one?
They Shall Not Grow Old because it's an excellent documentary.
I haven't seen that one yet.
It's on Netflix. Catch it if you want to this Christmas.
I'm gonna save it right now.
Anyway,
Okay, carry on.
and like the worst part is when like Blake already dies and then Scofield's carrying his body off and you're like go like are you right, mate? You're like, fuck!
Damn it!
If he just waited!
You could have came sooner, you sons of bitches.
Yeah. Like, hey, it's Mark Strong, I hate you.
God damn it. Yeah, like, I don't know, I kind of wish they... Okay, if you're in that situation, you saw a burning German pilot. Okay, a burning pilot that is an enemy of our country. Would you have shot him?
I think as Scofield said, I would just put him out of his misery.
Exactly. It's the same here. I've been like, out of mercy, out of the kindness of my heart, I will put a bullet in it. Just to, like, end it.
Yeah. It's not like, he's a German, let's watch him burn. Like, we're humans.
That's cruelty right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, helping him out or killing him immediately is a human choice.
Yeah, it's either of the two best choices. Despite how horrible that sounds, like, yeah, killing him would be the best choice. But in that situation where the guy has like 3rd-degree burns, so his legs like, there's no hospital nearby. You're not making it anyway.
Yeah. So.
I like.
Yeah.
The diversity somewhat you see when Scofield's riding in Mark Strong's company. Like, there's this guy from the East India Company.
Yeah.
And
yeah, no, they didn't really show that. Like, yeah, Indians were part of this war as well.
Yeah, at least for like Britain's side, because like remember at this
Yeah.
time, Britain still had like an empire.
Yeah. So like, I love it that they show that it's not just white people fighting against white people. There were like mixed races here.
I mean, it's not like they wanted to be conscripts in the first place.
No, I don't think
The
so.
British are like, you're fighting for us. Like, oh, okay.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm glad they were represented.
Yeah.
But like, I do love the scene where, the truck gets stuck in mud, and then, Scofield is pretty much in a hurry because he's more he has more of an incentive to go because
the stakes are higher. It's like shit.
His friend's dead. Now I really have to make sure his brother doesn't die too in honor of my friend. My God, I got choked up there. But
Geeks and Degenerates get real. But I do love that scene where he's like, help, and they're like, all right, boys, let's help out.
I know, but like you see that they weren't in a rush.
Yeah.
That battalion wasn't in a rush, but Scofield was.
Yeah.
Like, please help me. Like, this one dude motivated this group to just okay, we gotta help him.
Yeah.
This dude has been through so much.
And then like before he departs, Mark Strong's like, when you get the letter to Colonel Mackenzie, just Benedict Cumberbatch, make sure there are witnesses. He's like, but it's orders from the top. He's like, I know.
He would deny it either way.
But some men someone want to fight.
Yeah, like.
And too bad they didn't stick around for long because there's a sniper. They could really have helped him.
It's always that company was so bad at timing. Like, they could have been a little bit earlier. His friend would have survived, and they could have stayed a little bit later. They would have taken care of that sniper.
I don't know if they could have saved Blake though, because that's a deep wound during that time.
Yeah,
Unless they had like a medic on board, which I'm not sure of.
I get it, but I mean, that battalion could have been like, wait, don't touch him, bam.
Right, right. And like before that, going back for a bit, like you see the detachment between a general and soldiers, where the general's riding alone in his own car. He's like, hurry the fuck up, we're in a rush, and he's like so detached. It's not like worried more about his time than how are my soldiers doing.
Yeah.
Um,
Wait, was that God, Mysterio? Mysterio, sorry. Fuck. What's the name of the Green Lantern enemy?
no, not Mark Strong, but like the
Never.
general in like the car. He's telling the soldiers like, just put your fucking backs into it and lift. Like, dude, this is war. Why don't you get out of your fucking car and help them?
Exactly. That's how you become a good leader, is you help them.
Yeah, but poor. I like how the sniper was just waiting for Scofield to go up the
To
stairs. Like,
be alone?
yeah,
Okay, yeah,
and he's like, I got you. And he got shot too.
yeah.
But at first, I'm like, they just fucking shoot him in the head. How the fuck is this supposed to end then?
Oh yeah, no, he got hit with this like helmet, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, thank God. See, British standard helmets.
I guess. But the night sequence is equally as tense because
Yeah,
you're surrounded by Germans, dude.
and like if you weren't paying attention, this is still going through like this whole one shot thing. I think this is the only time when we actually see like a cut.
Hmm.
For sure, like this was cut
Yeah,
to because it did. It was like day and then it turns night. Of course, they couldn't do that in one go. Unless they did.
I
Did
doubt.
they?
I doubt.
I doubt it. But yeah, he sleeps for a bit. He's well rested. Slight concussion. And this scene was so pretty. Like the shadows moving
Yeah,
of the buildings. It was so eerily beautiful in a way.
I just don't know why when he sees the German soldier next to the burning building, which again, it's a great shot. He's like, should I do anything?
Run. Are you friend or foe?
And the German's like, he's like, am I? He's English. I'm gonna kill him.
Yeah, no, it was they're both in the same situation.
Hmm.
That shit was cool though. Like this, you see this burning building, you see the silhouette of Scofield, and then right off the distance, you see like a little bit of a haze
Hmm.
coming out of the like this redness. You see a silhouette coming out as well. And like, I would have the same reaction as well. I wouldn't fire at first sight. I'll be like, "Are you friend or foe?" And he starts running towards you. I'm like, "Oh fuck!"
He's lucky the guy tripped though, because that's the only
Oh yeah.
reason he survived. And like the
Oh
German
yeah.
snipers around him too were like, fuck, dude, I don't know how you're gonna
Yeah,
survive.
they're horrible snipers. You're saying.
Sure, I mean, multiple bullets going the same direction. The one's bound to hit him.
Oh yeah, I guess.
And then
But
he
like,
hides with his the French woman. And her
yeah,
kid.
was this her baby or was this like a child she found? Because like, yeah, she needed
It's
food.
not implied either way.
No, because I think it is implied because it's not her kid. It's just a baby she
Right.
found
Yeah.
because she can't breastfeed. Like she needs food for the baby. I'm like, you are the food. Not saying that, but I'm not saying it that way. But I mean, I'm saying like, breastfeed.
Yeah.
But
it's not her
Schofield had to
child.
give. Yeah.
The monkey
Schofield
found.
had to give. Yeah. I don't know why there was milk.
I think
Who
I-
had the time in World War One to milk a cow?
That's the only reason why the bucket was already full. Like, yeah, that's kind of convenient for later.
I guess, but plot convenience.
I like how he turns a corner after leaving the French woman. Like, there's a German guy, like, and he's like, die.
I don't know. I love those scenes though. It's just wait, actually, yeah, he was being chased, right?
No,
Why didn't like the before he met the French woman, he was being chased, and why didn't the German guy like report it to the other Germans like, hey, the British are here?
a British soldier is here.
Well, if I was that German soldier, I've been like, if I see a British, I would imply there are British.
Right. But yeah, the guy is like, at first he's like, shh, anything German. The guy's like, sure. Help!
Yeah. Yeah, remember that last guy you trusted?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it didn't end so well, did it?
And then it's really tense again. Like he's choking the other guy out, while his drunk friend's like, "Are you there? Hello."
You know what this reminded me of?
What?
Saving Private Ryan, where the knife scene. Shut up!
Uh,
That's just sick.
yeah.
And not to compare this to
World War II.
Saving Private Ryan is just a war movie, but like
Yeah. Yeah, I
they're
get
they're
that.
they're completely separate.
Yeah, I get those vibes though. And then he's chased out by multiple Germans at this point.
Yeah,
And then he does, the Uncharted thing where it's like just jump.
just jump. I love it. I love it that like he was in full gear at the
Yeah.
start of this, and then you just see him shed it, like bit by bit. He loses his rifle. He loses his backpack. He loses this like vest thing. Excuse me.
Any form
Um,
of protection he has.
I don't know if like World War One had any other kind of protection besides a helmet
And luck.
and luck and a rock or a
Yeah.
tree.
Sure. And then he wakes up next to this battalion that's singing, and he's like, "I need to
No,
get."
no, he didn't wake up. He didn't wake up in beside these battalion. That
I mean,
he
he's
woke
woken
up with like bloated bodies.
Man, that's nasty shit.
Yeah, they weren't soldiers, by the way. These were the people from that town that he was in.
Yeah, they were like probably summarily executed. Like, damn, that's
Mhm.
fucked.
And they didn't imply that this was France.
Yeah, it is friends. Friends.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. So I'm like, you kind of piece it together because French woman.
Yeah, and then like they're like, "I need to get to the battalion." You're like, "We are the battalion. We're the second wave." And he just wakes.
What the fuck?
Like, fuck.
I mean, give the man credit. He's been through so much in such little time.
Yeah.
Like, let him like enjoy this man singing for a minute. Like, okay, we are the battalion. But oh my god, right? I forgot.
And he's just going to the trench, going, "Where's Colonel Mackenzie? Where is he? Where the fuck is he?"
Okay, look. There's again not a gunfight in sight, but shit was so intense. It's just crowds of you trying to get to from point, well, I don't know, G to Z. like he's getting so close. Like he's getting there, but it feels so far because there's so much shit in his way.
Yeah, and as I said, like I like the fact that he comes across one officer who's like completely shell shocked. Like
Yeah.
he can't help you, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and like the first battalion already went,
Yeah,
and they already got like probably wiped out.
probably.
Almost, because Stark was still alive by the end of this. Um,
Um, and then
yeah, I love that scene where you're like, "What are you doing? Why are you going over the trench? You're gonna get shot." I'm like, I just gotta get to it, man. I don't fucking care anymore. And that's when they start like the charge for the
Yeah.
second wave. I love this shit so much, especially if you watch the behind the scenes.
yeah, and then he fights his way to Colonel Mackenzie, and surprise, surprise, it's Benedict Cumberbatch.
Doctor Strange.
Yeah, and he's rough looking, which I love.
Oh, again, like I love World War One mustaches. Like I like that. Like, yeah, like I love those kind of mustaches that are just so thick. They're like,
Yeah,
yeah,
and
it commands authority.
every time he's like butting in, you can see Mackenzie be like,
I'm like, don't fucking stop my attack, please. Do not stop my attack,
yeah,
you son of a bitch. But I love the how Scofield was. Like he didn't care about rank anymore,
yeah,
and he did it in front of like other captains.
yeah. His
Generals?
officers.
Yeah, his other officers were like, "This is a trap. This is a message from the general. Stop the attack."
And then
Like, okay, I'm not delivering it as best as I could. Please watch the movie. But like, you could tell that he doesn't care about authority anymore. He's just like so driven to the point that like, please just take it.
yeah, just
I
fucking
bit
read
this
it.
so much.
And then Mackenzie has a great one. It's like, today these are these orders, but like next week we'll be given different orders, and there's only one way this war ends, which is last man standing, which is kind of the truth.
It is the truth. Like, yeah, you stopped it today, but next week we're gonna be at it again.
Yeah,
Which you could say that his entire journey, this entire journey from point A to point Z, B, I don't know, was completely useless.
yeah,
No, I don't think so.
yeah. But like,
Uh,
at least for the moment, he saves
for the
these.
moment,
Yeah.
he saved these people. This,
Uh,
these two guys saved these people.
yeah, in a war where it felt like it. If you read all the accounts, it felt like it's gonna go on forever because they initially, when World War One started, I don't know if you've seen early pictures of troops being sent off with like everybody's happy to go off to war, everybody's celebrating, just opposed to like the beginning of World War Two where they're all just like, I don't want to go, I don't want to go to war. Did you see what happened in the last war? Shit's fucked.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
But yeah, he's like, make sure someone tends to your wounds. Now fuck off.
and now fuck off. Because you could see that this man just wanted to fight. Like what the bald dude said, the dude from Kingsman. Fuck, I keep forgetting his name. Mark Strong.
Mark Strong.
Yeah, what Mark Strong said. This man just wants to fight,
Yeah.
and yeah, you could say that his actions probably change today, but won't change anything next week.
Yeah.
Hell, this is such a great feat from two people. Oh, by the end, just one, and then we get to meet the Blake's brother, and
He's
they
here,
do
my
it.
brother. And then you just see his face, you're like, oh, my heart.
I think this movie does a great, does this a great way where not much exposition. You could see it in his face, him realizing
You're like,
I don't need to know, but I know.
yeah. And Richard Madden does such a great job of like, just realizing, oh god, my brother's dead.
For the 3 minutes he's there, like,
Yeah.
dude, all these major actors who were in this movie for the amount of time that they've been here.
And his
They
arms
used it.
stretch the entire time when he gets the rings. He's just like, still trying to comprehend, like, he's gone. And he's
Yeah.
just barely holding it together. Like, that's brilliant acting right there.
Yeah, and then he just tells him, "Hey, go get something to eat." Like he
Yeah.
still wants to be like
Or-
courteous. He still wants to have a little bit of humanity in this fucking moment of grieving. I'm like, oh, go get something to eat. You're probably tired or something.
Yeah, and like, Scofield like, can you write to your mom to tell her that Blake died a brave man? Like, yes, I'm glad you were with him, buddy. And then the movie ends the way it begins, which I love.
Yeah, it's him lying down by the tree.
And you find out that
And,
he
like-
has a sweetheart waiting for him back home.
No, he has a wife and
Oh, right,
daughter.
right. Wife and
Yeah.
daughter. And you're like,
Yeah.
I fucking hope.
I hope he makes it. But yeah.
Yeah, but because
we're-
this is not based on any real events.
Oh yeah, it's not. But like,
Just like Saving Private Ryan, but like, it's still a great story. And like, I
Yeah.
like the end where, for Sam Mendes' grandfather, I believe, who told us the stories.
uh, you gotta give credit to the messengers. Yeah, you could say, oh, you're just a messenger of this. Oh, when you were in World War One. No, you gotta give them a little bit more credit than that.
Yeah,
Like they go through some shit
I
just
mean,
to hand you maybe your letter from your wife or some shit like that, or orders from the commander or from the generals.
yes, but it's kind of funny you say that because an infamous messenger later starts the next World War. You're like, oh damn.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say who it is. If you know, you know.
You know. We ain't gonna spoil World War II for you.
Yeah. If you open up the history of the world, turn to like chapter maybe 30, you'll find it.
Yeah. But yeah, we pretty much reached the end of this movie, and like, I love the messages this fucking movie gives. There are a lot of messages, but like every role counted in war. You could see that, especially with these two characters who were like probably nobodies in this entire gigantic world war. But yeah, what would you rate this movie as?
The other thing is like I'm glad they.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm saying I'm glad. that they don't. It's British focused, not like American focused. Like we've already seen enough American centered war films. Like, and historically speaking, like this is I think a year or like during like months after this, like December or November 1917 is when the Americans entered. But like before that, it was just Europeans fighting each other.
Mm.
So yeah, I find no faults with this movie. I really love this movie. Like, it really brings you like a great any great historical movie or video game that takes place in way back. It tells the story of a time and place that no longer exists very well, and
Mm.
this story is very compelling and very immersive. Like, and as a war film, it never holds back. Unlike let's say War Horse, where it's like it's a war movie but kind of more magical because it's Spielberg.
Mhm.
So all that being said, I'm going to give this a 10 out of 10. It is one of the greatest war
Wow.
films of all time for
Okay.
me. And again,
Okay.
focusing on a war that's not really saturated is it's a great thing.
Mm. Um, I don't know why I was shocked with your, because I'm kind of agreeing with you. Like, I can't find faults in this movie because, personally, in my opinion, like this movie did nothing wrong. Sure, there were a little bit of plot holes with the cow and the milk, but like, I don't know. They told they told the story so fucking well. And again, what Enzo said, it is it is a time that doesn't exist anymore. So seeing this told like this way was very like mind blowing to me, and especially watching it in theaters, minus the other people. But yeah, it's a 10 out of 10 for me, man. Like, this is such an amazing movie, and I really hope people if you're a history buff or you like war movies, this is an amazing thing to get into if you haven't seen it yet. But for sure, of course, you probably have, and you just want to watch a review. Hi.
Yeah. I mean, we
But
already know it's all spoilers, so if you don't care,
yeah,
cool. If you have seen it, awesome.
yeah. But if you haven't seen it, please watch it. If this is not your cup of tea, I say I really push yourself to watch it because this is really good like cinema.
Yeah.
Like, this is one movie you shouldn't skip on.
Hmm.
Yeah. Any questions?
I was about to ask you the same thing.
What?
Any questions?
Any questions? Um,
Any other favorite war movie?
okay, not here. What's one war? It doesn't have to be modern, or it doesn't have to be World War II or World War One. What war do you want to see?
Or like more focused on?
Yeah, yeah,
I have two that I would like
yeah.
to see more on. One being more on the American Civil War, because that's such an interesting time and place.
Yeah.
Like the only one I really remember is Glory with Denzel Washington and Morgan Freeman. That's about it. Uh,
Mhm.
the other one is a lot. Some more Vietnam War movies would be cool. Like if
You took it from me, damn it.
if World War II is black and white with the whole Nazis versus the Allies, and that's all black and white, then the Vietnam War is very, very, very gray.
Very, very great.
Because there are no like we're the good guys and they're the bad guys. Like really,
Yeah, I really hope they take it in this kind of direction as well, because there's a lot of war movies where you could see that good guy, bad guy. No, war is very gray.
yeah.
Well,
And like
unless Hitler and Nazis, that's very black and white.
yeah, and like with the Vietnam War especially, like there are major atrocities on both sides.
Hmm. So like, war ain't fun, war ain't nice, but hell of a story to tell.
Yeah,
But yes, this is the
I
end
was
of our
so
video.
I thought you were
Okay.
gonna say like, what's your favorite war? I was like, what?
What's your favorite war?
The Clone Wars and the Galactic Civil War, because they don't really affect our planet now, do they?
Actually, that's one war movie I would love to watch. It's just an entire movie of clones.
Sure, sure. I mean,
Yeah, no Jedi in sight.
that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Like Rogue One, but like with the 501st Legion kicking ass with a bunch of Old Republic, not Old Republic, Republic commandos too. That'd be pretty
Mhm.
sick.
Old Republic, that was like 3,000 years before
I'm
clones.
sorry.
But yeah, we pretty much reached the end of our video. Enzo, where can they find you individually?
Individually, you can find me at Twitter and Instagram at Gandalfus1995.
Yeah, and you could find us at facebook.com/geeksanddegenerates. You could find us on Discord as well. We got an international Discord group. You could stop by if you like, talk about movies, games, anything you like. And you could find me at JomGeom on Instagram, which is my art account. Anyway, to all you geeks and degenerates out there, please stay safe, wear masks, social distance, and register to vote. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.